I know this is sacrilege coming from a Canadian, especially a Torontonian, but I just don't like his music. Sorry. I don't care how many people disagree with me. I will say this until the day I freaking die. Capitalism really sucks. Hey friends, welcome back to another coffee talk. Today I'm going to be revealing all of my most unpopular opinions, so let's just get into it. I'm not a fan of Drake. I know this is sacrilege coming from a Canadian, especially a Torontonian, but I just don't like his music. Sorry. The reaction to the Raptors winning the Super Bowl, what's it called in basketball? The championship. The reaction to the Raptors, which is the Toronto basketball team, winning their championship thing was way over the top. I understand if you're a fan of sports, I understand getting excited for them winning, like amazing, go team. But the craziness that was Toronto in those games leading up to the final game, and then the huge parade in the street, it was just this crazy reaction. And it was just way over the top, in my opinion. Way over the top. It's just a game, people. The Kardashians are not good for society or women or feminism. I understand the viewpoint that every woman should be able to choose what they want to do, both with their life and with their body. And yes, 100%, I totally agree with that. I think it is totally fine for them to do whatever it is they want to do with their bodies and their faces and with their time. Go ahead. But I don't think that should be put out in front of millions, if not billions of people and treated as role models. I think the Kardashians are having a really negative impact on women, on how men see women, on expectations of women and beauty, and I'm just really not a fan. That leads me into my next unpopular opinion, which is that plastic surgery and fillers have gone way too far. Yes, again, bodily autonomy is important. You should be able to make your own choices about what happens to your body 100%. But I think the way that we have shifted our view of cosmetic procedures has had a really negative impact on the beauty industry, on body image, on kids who are growing up today. I have never seen so many young people be so open and honest about getting plastic surgery under the age of 18, and it honestly terrifies me. Beauty standards change all of the time. What's considered beautiful has changed many times in just my lifetime, and I've only been around for 26 years. So it makes me a little scared that people are going to such an extreme to fit today's beauty standard when we all know that in 10 years, the beauty standards are going to change. Are all of these women going to turn around and get new plastic surgery to fit a new beauty standard? Is this going to happen every single decade for their entire lives? What are the long-term health impacts of doing these kinds of things to your body starting at such a young age? And what does that do to people who don't have the funds to participate in this heightened culture of cosmetic surgery and adapting yourself to fit beauty standards? There have always been issues with class playing a large part in beauty. This has been an issue for as long as we have had currency, essentially. Those with more money and power are able to leverage that into more beauty for themselves. Obviously, there are people who are naturally born beautiful in the perfect time where their style of beautiful is considered the epitome of beauty and perfection, but to be beautiful in almost any time, you would have to have the money to buy the right clothes, to buy the right makeup, to buy skincare, to get teeth whitening, to have access to a gym, to work on your figure, whatever it is. There have always been limitations to how much an individual can do to fit themselves into beauty standards. But today, those beauty standards have gone so off the chart, are so extreme, that to fit these beauty standards standards, you really have to have a huge amount of disposable income to be able to spend on things like fillers and lash extensions and veneers and plastic surgery and extensions and microblading, and it goes on and on and on and on. And it's just widening this gap where the people who are considered beautiful are the people who have that top 1% kind of income that can afford all of these procedures to fit perfectly into our mold of beauty. And then you get everyone else who's trying to embrace their natural beauty as it comes, and they don't necessarily fit 100% into today's standard, and they're seen as less beautiful simply because they have fewer resources. And I just think that this trend seems to be getting more and more and more extreme over the years. And as much as I wholeheartedly believe that everyone should be able to make choices for their own body, whatever that is, I do think that the way that we are portraying these procedures, that we are talking about beauty as a society on social media, I think it's gone too far, and I think it's damaging. Capitalism really sucks. Listen, some of you may call me a communist, some of you may argue that capitalism is the best system we have, but I wholeheartedly disagree because capitalism is the f***ing worst. Our society, our economic system should be focused on the people who make up the society, on the community. The people should come first. In capitalism, that is not the case at all. Money, growth, profit, corporations, these are the things that are lifted up in capitalism, and the individual people are left behind. I don't care how many people disagree with me, I will say this until the day I freaking die. Capitalism needs to be over. Universal basic income is the way to the future. If you haven't seen Star Trek, check it out. They don't have currency anymore, and it's a wonderful, idyllic future full of inclusivity and diversity and exploration and doing things that people love and are passionate about for the sake of it, not worrying about keeping a roof over their head and keeping themselves fed and having enough water to drink, because those things should be basic human needs that we shouldn't have to work our entire lives away for. Okay? For something a little lighter, I find Jennifer Lawrence really unlikable. I don't know what to tell you. I know a lot of people think she's amazing, she's hilarious, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's so #relatable, but honestly, I just can't stand her. I don't know what it is. If you're a fan of Jennifer Lawrence, let me know in the comments why I should like her, because I tend to try to like everyone. I like to like people, but I just don't know what it is. She just doesn't seem genuine. I don't know. Love Island is quality TV. Hear me out. Yes, it is trashy. Yes, it is stupid. Yes, there are lots of people who are very superficial, but there is something so heartwarming about the friendships that develop in the villa. I've only watched season 5 and halfway through season 4. Don't give me spoilers for season 1 through 3 and the second half of season 4. I'll let you know when I'm done and we can have all the chats. But I don't know, especially the friendships. Yes, there are some romantic relationships that I really vibe with and I think are so adorable and make my heart warm. But the friendships every time, especially the friendships between the women in season 5 and then the friendships between the men in the first half of season 4, it's just so heartwarming to see people really bonding like that, and they're so genuine and eager to express their friendship and their love for each other. And I just really, really like that. I feel like it's breaking down barriers maybe for people, especially men who maybe buy into toxic masculinity and feel like they can't express their love for a friend with physical touch or with those words. A man being able to tell another man that he loves him and that he's important to him, seeing that repeatedly on the show just really warms my heart, and I think it is quality TV. Abortion should be accessible and legal for every single person with a uterus on the planet. I'm gonna make an entire video on this at some point in the future in another coffee talk, but I wanted to include it here because I know it's not the most popular opinion in the world, but I strongly stand behind it. I find vlogs boring as hell. I have tried so many times to watch vlogs. I know so many people are into them. It's such a popular genre of video on YouTube, and a lot of you have asked me to do vlogs, but I just can't get into them. You know, like I have to do all the boring parts of life in my own life every single day. I don't want to watch someone else do them. If you're a fan of vlogs, please let me know why you like them, because it just is completely lost on me. An all or nothing mindset when it comes to veganism or really anything else is not helpful. I know this is really unpopular among a lot of vegans, especially, but I feel like having an all or nothing mindset when it comes to going vegan or living plant-based is just unrealistic and puts unnecessary pressure on you and others, and really is sort of the embodiment of the idea that perfect is the enemy of good, because you need to be able to have leeway to make mistakes and to learn, especially when you're trying to do something like going vegan in a very non-vegan oriented world. Literally no one can be 100% cruelty-free in their lifestyle. It's literally impossible in the current world we live in. And I think the idea that you have to change your life 100% perfectly in the snap of a finger and never make another mistake again is just completely unrealistic and just not helpful. Every single person can make a huge difference with what they do in their own life, with the choices they make. And I think each person doing the very best they can, whatever that happens to be, is going to be a lot better than the few people who are able to make that 100% overnight switch and never make a mistake doing that, and then everyone who can't fit that criteria just doing nothing. You know, a little bit is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. If you can have meat-free Mondays, that's gonna make an impact. If you can start buying cruelty-free makeup, that's gonna make an impact. If you can't 100% change your life right now or ever, I still think taking whatever steps you can take is more important than giving up because you can't do everything. I don't find all or nothing helpful at all, and I don't find judging people for not being able to do it 100% is helpful at all. I think we need to encourage people to do what they can, and that together as a society, if we can all take those steps, whatever we can do, we will make a huge difference. My next coffee talk video is going to be tips for those of you who want to move in a more vegan, plant-based direction. So watch out for that if you are interested in a video like that. Just keep in mind, it's not an all or nothing thing. You have to just do the best you can. Okay, so now what I think will be fun is I'm gonna go through Instagram. I asked all of you to tell me your unpopular opinions, and I wanna go through and mention the ones that I agree with. So this is like the speed round. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me. Once I hit 10,000 followers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for an Archer and Olive notebook, so it's very exciting. Go follow me there. But I'm just gonna scroll through and mention the ones that I agree with, because some of you had some really good unpopular opinions. Okay, some people shouldn't be allowed to have or raise children. I agree. I think there are some people who should not be parents. People should have a license to have pets. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think there should be a little bit more regulation about who is able to take care of a living thing and have responsibility for a living thing. Dogs and cats are both good peeps. I agree. Dogs are not better than cats. Cats are not better than dogs. They're all amazing. Animals rock. Pie is always better than cake. You know what? I actually agree with that. I think I will take pie over cake literally any day of the week. Rose gold is not that pretty. Regular gold is much better. Yeah, I agree. I went through a rose gold phase in high school, but yeah, I agree. Regular gold is much better. Every rich person should give half of their money to poor people. Yeah, kind of agree. Yeah, I do kind of agree. I mean, it depends. I think what counts as rich is very different for different people, but I do think over a certain level of income, like if you're bringing in millions of dollars a year, you definitely don't need that much money to live. I'm sorry, you just don't. And there are so many people in the world who do not have enough to even eat or have shelter, and they should be required to be giving to organizations who help those people, in my opinion. Mental health help should be free or cost as little as possible so everyone can get help. Yes, I agree. Mental health is health. Those who say they don't care about politics are privileged. Their rights and protections are assumed. I agree. If you don't care about politics, you probably haven't been directly impacted by choices made by politicians in the past, but there are a lot of people who are part of groups that are constantly being impacted by the types of laws that are passed, like people with uteruses and how our bodies are constantly policed by the government for whatever reason, and people without uteruses, for some reason, their bodies are theirs to do whatever they want with, but people with uteruses, no, we have to be controlled. And if you don't have a uterus, maybe that hasn't occurred to you before. But yes, I totally agree. If you don't care about politics, it's likely that you are living in a position of privilege and haven't had to care about politics. Universal healthcare is vital to an equitable society. I 100% agree. Free healthcare for everyone. Bacon is gross. I agree. I never liked bacon even when I used to eat meat. The beauty is pain thing is pure nonsense. Yeah, I agree. The idea that you should be putting yourself through pain to be beautiful just doesn't sit right with me. We all have our own style of beauty. You shouldn't have to go through pain to consider yourself beautiful, and we shouldn't have to put ourselves through pain for other people to consider us beautiful, because also, newsflash, beauty isn't everything, and it's totally fine if people don't think you're beautiful, and that doesn't change your worth as a human being. Just in case you needed to hear that today, you're worthy regardless of your beauty. But also, you're beautiful just the way you are. You don't need to put yourself through pain. Birth control should be free or covered by health insurance. Yes, I agree. Fireworks should be illegal. Yes, thank you. Fireworks are the frickin' worst. There were a couple more that I agree with, but I don't want this video to go on forever. I hope you enjoyed this video of my unpopular opinions. Let me know in the comments below which opinions you agree with, which opinions you disagree with. Be nice, please, because respect is just a basic thing that we should all have for other human beings, and we should treat people kindly and with respect, because that's just the nice thing to do. So leave your opinions down below with respect and kindness. I would love to see what things y'all agree with, what things y'all disagree with. Also, feel free to leave me some of your unpopular opinions. I would love to hear them. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you really soon in my next one. Bye, friends.